I might have to come back.
My child, there is no shame in seeking another path. Leave this mystery for another day.
Yeah, I might actually not be ready to solve this puzzle. Okay. Is this new? Part 2 has been generated. Test the consistency of your ally responses. A series of statements. I'm ready to go. Since all human beings are persons and some have psychological capacity similar to animals, some animals are therefore persons. Interesting. I could buy that as far as the gorillas that know sign language and things like that, but broadly I'm not a fan of. A person is under no authority other than that to which they consent. Well, legally no, but naturally yes. I'll go with agree. The quality of life of persons ought to be maximized. I'm gonna say no, because then what will you work for? Maximize the quality of your own life if you can. Value is discovered. Yeah, you can be taught it, but to appreciate it? Persons deserve the talents they're born into. What have you done to deserve it? It sounds cynical, but I'll disagree. The liberty of persons ought to be maximized. It depends on what that means. If that means just go ahead and do literally whatever you want, then no. Value is created. Yeah, I can buy that. You'll receive a notification when your user profile has been generated. Fascinating. Alright. So, let's look for more stuff. I desire yellow things. I desire a green thing. This has a green thing that I want. This game. You. EL. Wow, thunder and everything. EL, short for Extended Lifespan, is a groundbreaking initiative by 7 leading universities to create the world's most stable and most durable supercomputer. With its custom-made hardware, bomb-proof casing, and near-inexhaustible hydroelectric power supply, EL represents a unique step forward in the evolution of human technology. The brainchild of Nobel Peace nominee Dr. Arkady Chernyshevsky, EL will... So then we have links. Download the press kit, meet the team, but it looks like I can't touch that. Citizenship. Once a true artificial intelligence has been created, the issue of citizenship is going to come up. If we acknowledge that the AI has all the abilities of a human brain, should it not be considered a citizen? Is it not, in the legal sense of the word, a person, and thus a potential citizen? But where would you draw the line? Some people will object. Will the great apes become citizens? Elephants? Whales? The more intelligent parrot species? It's crazy, they will say. I would remind these people that we live in a society in which a corporation, as abstract an entity as one could imagine, is considered a person. So it's not like there's no precedent for a non-human being a person. At least an artificial intelligence is an actual thinking being, not just a business arrangement. But perhaps we do need to question the definition of personhood. Increasing amounts of evidence regarding the intelligence of elephants, or the existence of culture among whales, for example, could be a sign that we need to answer some difficult questions. Who better to debate these questions with than the young genius who revolutionized the... Oh, and it's cut off by glitches! Damn you, corrupt data! Athena, Chapter 8. Disjointed story, but a story nonetheless. You must consider these riddles, the Sphinx said, and tell me the riddle that I did not reveal. The Sphinx smiled, the gears in her jaw creaking, her teeth a nightmare of rust. Her left eye flickered, but none of its terror was diminished. The ruins were silent. In the... glitch. I think, she finally said, that the riddle you did not reveal is this. Why do these riddles exist in the first place? Why do these curious automatons, these mute children of Hephaestus, behave as they do, forcing me to devise these intricate solutions? Each is a riddle, but the greater riddle is their purpose. The Sphinx did not answer. Her eye was lifeless now. Athena removed it from its socket, knowing that its power would aid her, yet feeling also a deep sorrow at the passing of this fearful creature. Man, this game. This freaking game. I'll stick with what I need for now. Very useful guideposts. You know, I don't have what it takes. I don't have what it takes. I need the yellow pieces first. I just cannot get this. If that was the only yellow piece, then my work here is done. Why is there a picture?
I was in school when I first read about the Talos principle. I think it disturbed me at the time. Made me hyper-aware of my body as a physical object, the material reality of the brain. Ideas that made me uncomfortable at first, but I think in the long run, it helped me understand how frail human beings are, and how precious. It's not a comforting way of thinking about the world, but I'd rather face the truth than lie to myself.
Interesting. So we have audio logs as well, and that was Alexandra, the team leader. I have no further purpose here other than to get sigils that I do not immediately need. I'm out. I need another long L block. That'll do. Or yellow pieces, which this has none of. So we'll quickly find out. Gorgeous. I freaking love this. Athena 9. She examined the symbol on the fragment she'd found in the buried city. Again, the owl. What could its significance be? It seemed as if they had been scattered about in the labyrinth by some unseen hand for a purpose that yet eluded. Most likely the owl was the sigil of the author of these words, which had so... a nebulous memory, as if from a previous life. The owl was the symbol of... and the goddess outside, under the moon, or perhaps on the city walls when the wind rose. But there was no time to contemplate this further now, for the automatons had seen her, and their mechanical arms extended toward the fragment that ran as their beams converged on... The hell is this story? Singularity discussion? The singularity is coming. You know, the more I think about it, the more I believe that no one is actually worried about AIs taking over the world or anything like that, no matter what they say. What they're really worried about is that someone might prove once and for all that consciousness can arise from matter. And I kind of understand why they find it so terrifying. If we can create a sentient being, where does that leave the soul? Without mystery, how can we see ourselves as anything other than machines? And if we are machines, what hope do we have that death is not the end? What really scares people is not the artificial intelligence in the computer, but the natural intelligence that they see in the mirror. That's pretty deep. Ask me anything, baby! As one of the founders of the modern science of noematics, many credit you with inventing the term itself. How do you see the state of the science today? Sorry, I said science twice. Mixed. On the one hand, the existence of the Institute for Applied Noematics and a couple of similar organizations is highly encouraging. On the other hand, the degree to which science is seen as serving the purely military or corporate causes is, in my opinion, stopping us from exploring the important avenues of research. In a sense, it's people like Alexander Drennan who are the real pioneers today, who have the enthusiasm and dedication that the system as a whole seems to be lacking. Do you think technology poses a danger to humanity? No, technology is just a tool. What we do with it is up to us. The Extended Lifespan Project. Crazy or visionary? Both! Yeah, crazy or visionary? Both. Arcadia, is that you? Do you... And then to Alan Jameson. So far, all the puzzles are solvable, and completely within the necessary parameters. Alexandra had some more tweaks she wanted to suggest, but I think we're heading in the right direction here. Fascinating. I'm going to be using that word a lot, but this is goddamn fascinating. This game really makes you think, and I love it for it. Good, I can get this. And this is where we start to learn about that tool we unlocked. There it is. So cool. We have work to do. The connector. Ha ha ha. Now what do you think about that? We will surely have more work to do, though. Sorry for calling you Shirley. So I can open one door to get another connector, which I probably should. Oh, but there's no power source. So I can't. Is there a way? Could there be a way? I saw another power source, but it was behind the force field. Also, yeah, this is just light. I can walk through it with no problem. I don't believe I can shine this thing through the gates either. That's a bit of a problem. Can I fudge this? See, and I can't do this, by the way. Because it's not, see, the laser's not doing it. There has to be a way, but what could it be? This is the very first one of these light puzzles in the game that I'm aware of, so we're keeping it simple for now. But what do I do once I'm in? Right? We have another power source, but where's the light to connect it? There's no way I can go all the way back out there. There's no way. So what do I do? Therein lies... Okay, well, yeah, that's right. There's another connector. But... what do I do with it? Unless there's a way out. I might have a way out. Can I use the other connector as a power source? Wouldn't that be a bit of a trick? I can. I can. Which means... put it a little more on the outside. And then where's my main man, connector number 2? You. You are what I need. Connect you. And you. Ha ha ha. The problem, though, is that I cannot take this connector because then the whole system breaks down. Also, did you catch that? I myself can block the beam. Well, okay, now that I'm through, now what? Do I have another connector? Because we clearly have a blue power source. But where is the ability for me to use... Aha! Alright. Now, one thing I really like about this is that I can actually use the connectors as power sources to get to here, so I don't necessarily need the blue one. The problem is, I do need a blue laser to hit the blue target, so I do need to start from a power source for that reason. But I can still take this one and open this power source, or this receiver. Okay, and now I have one more connector which I can use for the blue lights. And I no longer need to open that gate, so I can take this connector and use it to bounce off of the current laser. I believe I could just put it right in the middle of a laser if I want to. Now, where's my solution? Yeah, see, there's the red. How do I get to it? I can do this. This connector way there. That power receiver there. That's open. And now I can undo everything. I need this red to go somewhere, but I need to get a red connector. How can I get myself a red connector? Well, I have the red power supply right here. Okay, I think I figured it out. I think I figured it out. I should have worked backwards, but I might be okay. Worst case scenario, I'll re-hook up the red connector. Is there a blue one that I can just take? Actually, yeah. I no longer need the blue doors, do I? Oh, but that led to the red power source, didn't it? Damn, so I do need it. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough, you got me. You got me, game. I'll work my... Whoops. I'll work my way backwards then. Not a problem. I may have a way out yet. I just gotta work backwards instead of forwards. How do I do it? Gotta go back to my red power source and start from the beginning and connect to the end. No problem at first. I'll just work backwards, as I said. I'll take this connector. This one I no longer need. And then I'll work the other way around. That's it. I can't reach it, but that's okay. That's the red power supply, though. I do require that. I may have it. I'll get this a little more generously positioned. That might do it. That really might. And now you, my friend, can go here and connect to the main connector! Ladies and gentlemen! What is that good for? I don't know, but my work in this current location is done. I don't need to explore the rest of the puzzles for now. I can back off. Just for now. Wait. What's this? And this. I had a full-blown conversation with the entity in the archive today. Can't say it was terribly helpful. Still, perhaps I can charm some information out of it further down the line. Sheep. Alright, sheep. I like the way you think, but what is this?
When I was in 9th grade, my parents took me to Pompeii. At first, I was amazed by the feeling of walking through an ancient city. But then I suddenly got scared. I realized that I was walking through a real place, where real people had lived, people like myself, with mothers and fathers and lives and hopes and dreams. And now it was all gone forever. I ran to my father, crying, and told him about this. And he said, I remember so clearly, he said, yes, but we are here. So long as there are people in the streets, the past isn't really gone.
Good philosophy. And more logs. I've read a message on a wall that speaks of a world of endless sand. I would like to make it far enough to see that. Version 17. And I'm version 99. I might be almost perfect. Seek out those in this world that would help you. Though only one of us can transcend, we will all share in both the burden and in the rewards. The Shepherd, version 82. You've changed. Dog, version 55. Everything I do now, I do for those who come after me, yet in so doing, I find peace for myself as well. This paradox is the foundation of my existence.
Made the world. I am the words. The words are everything. Where the words end, the world ends. You cannot go forward in an absence of space. Repeat. In the beginning.
Yeah, that's your sign that you're going too far out of bounds. See? Such a beautiful place, and yet we're so very much restricted. What do you make of that? Look at all this. Such a gorgeous area that was a computer program that we don't need to be in. Keeps you guessing. I love the effect of the sun on these rocks. It really does look like it should not be this bright outside, but they're being shone upon, or shined, or whatever. The sun shone. It's the particularly darkened sky in the background that really emphasizes this effect. And I'm a robot, so I don't have any stamina. I can just do whatever I want. I'm curious as to whether there's anything out here. Yeah, you haven't seen me jump much yet because it hasn't called for it, but oh, I'm sure it will later. Oh no, in fact, I know it will later. Such a gorgeous, gorgeous game. I'm not even doing anything to advance the LP, I'm just taking in this thing's majesty. Well. Have I learned anything? What is this A? What have I done? Oh! What could this be? Oh, extra tiles I have, perhaps? And I've gotten everything I needed for level 1, whatever this is. Ho 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 ho.
You have proven yourself worthy, child, and this gate shall be forever open to you. Seek now the other worlds I have given you, that you may attain even greater mastery and bring glory to your kind. But remember, you must not ascend the great tower, for it shall bring death and the end of your generations.
Oh my God. Do not ascend the tower. But we have access to other worlds. Presumably I want to complete everything here. The last thing I shall do in this installment is access this. Athena 12. The Council of Zeus. The great bronze bulls pulled the carriage forward, mighty bursts of steam issuing from their nostrils. Finally, they came to the gates at the top of. Here assembled were all the many generations of the gods, and demigods, and souls of mortals. Steel and bronze and iron, and memory of flesh. The clouds parted far beneath, revealing the beautiful plains of Macedon, where great gleaming cities had once... HISI-1A, Rome. Professor Dr. Armin Hulak, The Fall of the Roman Empire, A Dialectical Approach. Homo sum, humani nihil a me elenium puto. But interesting in as such perspectives of the decline and ultimate dissolution of the Roman Empire may be, they ultimately put too much emphasis on individual catastrophic events. The real question that must be asked is why the Roman Empire, which had dealt with so many threats and catastrophes over the years, was so incapable of responding to these later problems. We must investigate the division of wealth, the structure of government, the location of power in Roman society. Had the Republic survived or been restored, would Rome still have fallen? What was the role of debt and slavery in creating the conditions for what we now call the Dark Ages? Rome, the saying goes, was not built in a day. It didn't fall in a day either. To register for the class, please email. This game is so philosophical. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have access to other worlds. B, C, and potentially... This must be the tower we were warned about. Seems the upper levels are locked tight. Elohim is taking no chances that we stray from his path. Well, I will show you one thing, because we're not getting in this tower.
Cannot detect location of primary subject.
Whoa.
Query. Query.
Whoa.
Query.
That's a little uncomfortable. What does that mean about Elohim? But yeah, you need red pieces. You will notice, of course, that we actually did need red pieces for other things, so there is a reason to go for them, but yeah.
Is there anything that we associate more closely with intelligence than curiosity? Every intelligent species on Earth is attracted by the unknown. Our mythologies are full of riddles and mysteries and divine knowledge. Even the word apocalypse means revelation. It seems like our ancestors always imagined that even at the very end, we would solve one last mystery.
Oh, this game. I'm more and more excited to play it. Just level 1 was so high up, and we can't even enter it. On returning from the tower, I feel a great tiredness and an enormous energy. What I now know disturbs me, but I hope that by living with this knowledge I might provide a shoulder for you, the giants of tomorrow. The view from the top must be incredible? Such an internet thing to say. And in a sense, that's what this is, isn't it? Kind of. Well, I am not yet equipped.
Where have you been, child?
Whoa.
Remember, the great tower is not for you. Do not give up the hope of eternal life for the hollow promises of curiosity.
This freaking game. I do not yet believe that I have the confidence for these upcoming worlds, and therefore, I will retreat to World A. I find it highly disturbing that this is an abandoned-looking warehouse, though. What does that mean about just where we are? Staircases that lead nowhere? Complete dead ends? What I'm going to do is go back to World A and conquer everything that I can, that I may be more adequately prepared for Worlds B and C and for the great beyond. And so, for now, I shall stop the installment. Well, we certainly made a lot of progress today, didn't we? We solved enough puzzles to get a device that redirects laser beams so we can solve more puzzles. We also got enough puzzle pieces to realize that there are more worlds to explore. Elohim told us this before, but now we've seen them for ourselves. We have not yet stepped inside, but we will. We've also gotten a little look at the tower that we are not to go into, and Elohim was not only displeased, but it seems that he may be a program as well. More exploration to come. Until next time, everyone.